Hi everyone, it's Erin with Rethink. Today I'm going to walk you through what a parent is going to see when they have access to the Rethink portal. So Johnny Rose is a parent to my demo client, David, and as a clinician, I have granted him access to David's account in the Rethink portal. I'm going to log in, and on my landing page as a parent, I'm going to see the client portal area, the resource and training center. If you as an organization have our practice management tools, I as a parent will also be able to view my child's appointments and verify my child's appointments through the scheduler. So when I come into the client portal as a parent, I am only able to see my child. And when I open up my child's profile, the first thing I'm going to see is all of the client information. As a parent, where this can really be helpful is to view the staff that are assigned to my child's case. So over on the left-hand side, I can see all of the staff who typically work with David, and then on the right-hand side, the staff who have been approved to substitute. Also, if I have set availability for my child, that will be here, as well as any staff member preferences that I have indicated. In the file cabinet, as the parent, I will be able to view any of the folders that you as a clinician have shared with me. So as a clinician, when you're in the file cabinet and you are setting up shared folders, it's going to ask you to share with specific contacts. Make sure that you're sharing with that person so they can come in and then view the files that you're sharing with them. So it looks like my clinicians have shared an assessment folder with me. I can see the medical necessity assessment that has been uploaded here. I also have copies of all of the session notes for completed sessions for my child. And here I have a parent data sheet. So hypothetically, what I can do is download this data sheet, record data for any of the programs and behaviors that I am working on at home, and then I, as a parent, would be able to re-upload this to share with clinicians. When I come into the client program area, I'm going to be able to view all of the current skill acquisition programs that we are targeting. And I can see any future programs we might be working on later, as well as any mastered programs once they get mastered. So this program specifically is set up for parent training. I, as a parent, can come in and look at this hand washing program that I'm working on with my child. I can see whatever the clinician has set up, so the data collection type, the mastery criteria, any maintenance. I will see the teaching steps for this task analysis, and then underneath that, I have the full lesson plan. I have some generalization procedures. I know how to correct errors. I know what teaching materials I'll need. And then it looks like my clinician has also left me some teaching strategies. Other useful things here that you can point parents to is the video. So if this is a Rethink program, there's a video attached that shows a staff member implementing this program with a client. This can be a great model for parents. It can be a great training tool for them on how to run the program, especially if you are doing more telehealth and teleconsulting. They'll have materials here that they can print that are part of the program. And then they'll be able to view data that you are recording as a clinician, and they can see all of the progress for all of these skill acquisition programs. Over in behavior support, not only will they be able to view the behavior plans that you have written, but they will also be able to access additional resources in regard to challenging behaviors. So over here, you can see all of the different topics that they will be able to access resources for. As a parent, if I want to come in and learn more about consequence strategies, I can do that. There are lots of videos that I can watch. There are lots of additional articles and resources that I can access here. Then I can come in and view the behavior plans that my clinician has written for my child. So this task refusal is also a parent program. So maybe I am running this behavior plan at home. I can come in and see the behavior and plan name. I can see the definition of this behavior. I know that we are collecting duration data. I can see the baseline information, I can see the function of this behavior, and then all of my antecedent and consequence strategies. I can see the goals and objectives. And I also know that this plan is due to be reviewed in about a month. So I may be working with my clinician to review that. I also have lots of behavior support materials here. So these are all located in the Resource and Training Center as well, but they are linked here just for convenience. I can print any visuals that I want to use at home. I can also print different schedules that I can use, or maybe token boards. This parent also has access to analyze data. Depending on how your permissions are set up for parents, they may or may not have access here. If they don't, as a clinician, you can always save any of these graphs over to the file cabinet in one of the shared folders so that the parent can view them that way. But here as a parent, I can see any of the mastered targets and programs, so I can kind of track my child's progress. It looks like with receptive language, David has already mastered one program for identifying body parts. I can also come in and look at all of his skill acquisition goals and behavior support goals and view the graphs for all of those. In the Resource and Training Center, I have access to the Intro to Autism and ABA training. This can be a great training for parents just to give them a little bit more information about what autism is, what they can expect as part of ABA programming with their child. So with all of these topics and all of these modules, as a parent, I can come in and print guided notes that I can use as I watch a training video. And then once I've completed the training video, I can take a test on this module. There's a 90% mastery criteria for the test, but I can retake the test as many times as needed. And then once I've completed the test, I can view my results and I can also access a certificate of completion. I'll be able to print a practice activity that's just going to give me additional practice and kind of hands-on practice a lot of times with whatever topic I just completed. Additionally, I have thousands of materials that I can use. So there are lots of different printable materials that can be used with programming. They can be used as behavior support. So we have things like the token boards that we showed earlier, different schedules. We have worksheets that the child can complete. And underneath that, we have webinars. These can be additional training tools for parents. The one you see at the top is a series in entrepreneurship and ABA. So that may be less applicable, but if parents just scroll down below that, there are lots of additional topics here that may be of more interest and may be a lot more applicable to working with their child at home. These are all about an hour in length. They are recorded live and then uploaded here for parents to be able to access. So that's it. I want to thank you again for joining me. As always, if you have any questions, you can email support@rethinkbh.com.